All right, guys, so this is a basic conditioning protocol. You can use this for a lot of different things. We're using it for a nail grinder, but this is the same basics they use. You know anything about police and military dogs, you train them with gunshots. You can use this for fireworks. You can use this for brushing, pretty much anything to do with the dog. Baths is another good one, but we are starting off. See, it just fell out of my hand there, but without even that, I would just click treat, using that marker. You can obviously use a word like the word yes, but I find when you're doing a lot of reps, it works very well to use the clicker here. And if you notice what I'm doing, I put it on the ground, right? Click treat. Hit his paw, click treat. Move a little closer, click treat, right? So you're trying to ask a little bit more each time for him to get that reward. And the biggest idea here is you're trying to create that positive association with whatever you're doing, right? Whether it's fireworks, whether it's a bath, like we said earlier, that's one of the biggest things here. That positive association, just asking a little more each time. So here I go to turn it on. So that's going to obviously amp up the level a little bit, but just creating a positive association so far. So here's the noise, kind of backs up a little bit. Still treating him. I mean, the idea is you only want to keep asking more, right? So if you were to move closer, he's kind of moving back a little bit. So I'm kind of waiting a little bit for him to be a little more accepting, because that's what we want to show him what we want. Remember, the clicker is that, or the marker word is that snapshot in time. So I want to mark and say, hey, that's what we want. But bottom line here, like I said earlier, positive association. So he's a little unsure here. Unsure dog usually will not take food, but we're going to get him going here. That's okay. Just got to push him through a little bit. Just trying to kind of resetting there. When we was a little unsure, that's okay. Just take a step back. Just trying to move it a little closer. Before we were getting to touch his paw, so now I'm just kind of inching it closer each time. There, just a little kissy face, kind of get him to look at me, take his mind off it. Just say like, yeah, you can. There's other things that you can do to get rewards and stuff like that. Obviously, eye contact is something that you always want a reward for. And keep in mind that this dog is, he's not a fearful dog, but he's not a confident dog. He doesn't have those real good confident genes like you see in many of those, police and military dogs that will just run through buildings and stuff like that. He's a very timid dog, so this is a big thing for him, even though it might not seem like the biggest thing. But a lot of dogs are nervous. And here, that's probably the biggest moment there we had this whole video is we took it slow, we created that positive association, and then he just laid down. We didn't ask him to do that. We didn't tell him to down. We didn't have him do anything like that. He just chose to do that right next to the object. I mean, that's great while it's on. It's kind of hard to hear. I'm sure you can't hear in the video, but it's on. And so that was a huge moment for us. And that's where it kind of told us that we can move forward a little bit. And very shortly here, we're going to start using it.
I'm just going to keep feeding him.
So it could work.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be fine.
So front paw, a little bit harder. But yeah, we could take note, obviously start with the back paw next time here.
Tango.
But the bottom line is he's not really fighting. He's just kind of unsure. That's a really good thing. Obviously, it's the worst when that dog is just sitting there squirming. But he's not really doing that. He's just kind of like a little unsure. Pretty mellow, which is what you want. So he's kind of giving us that unsure look, but it's okay. As long as he's calm, that's what we want. So we fast forward a little bit here. Brutus kind of gets in the way here, so we put him on the place board. Great way how you can use the place command in your everyday life, right? Dogs get in the way, put them in the place command, and yeah, that's great. Now he's not in the way of the video anymore, so that worked out well. And see, before we fast forward a little bit, he wasn't taking that food. He still wasn't sure. Now look at here, he's happily taking food, which is awesome, while we are grinding away at his nails, which is awesome.
Tango. Hey.
Yeah, so it's a little bit of distraction, but like we said earlier, it's that positive association. It's that asking a little bit more each time. and showing him that this is a good thing. It's not something for him to be scared about. He should be happy. It's the same thing you use, in your life with crate, with other,
And so
and the
if you
same
were like,
routine, same positive association you want
put the
your
treat
dogs to do
down,
with everything that you do.
but I mean, the first couple times that you do this, you want to introduce them to it like I was. You show it to them. There you go. You turn it on. Here you go. You let it touch them. Treat. All these things.
Yeah, so now he's pretty comfortable. He's happily taking treats, and yeah, this is pretty much the basics. So, like I said at the very beginning, kind of start with just a warm up of that click treat, or yes treat, whatever your marker word, whatever your snapshot time word is. If you're not sure what markers are, clickers are, different things like that, just quick video on YouTube. Figure out how to do that, and then once you get that, once you get them used to it, which you should be doing anyway, um, which you should be doing anyway, you can go ahead and start pulling out the object, whether it's a brush, whether it's a nail grinder, and just take it step by step. Take it very slow. Take it out of your pocket, click treat. Move it closer, click treat. Turn it on, click treat. Have it touch its paw, click treat, and just work your way up. And then hopefully you get a result like this, which is